Hare Krishna, everyone. So today we'll be reading Prabhupada book. Yesterday I missed reading Prabhupada book. So Om Agyanatimirang Tasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamahyam Isva Padantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Udapatakamanam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Tam Tam Sajivam Shadvaitam Savadhutam Varinarasaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Nrita Shri Vishakamitamsha Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauramani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshakarini Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaurativshe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishmanusude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyev Cha Vaijanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we are reading the ninth chapter, the passing away of Bhishma Dev in the presence of Lord Krishna. So text 1. Sutta Uvacha Iti Bita Praja Droha Sarvadharma Vivitsaya Tato Vinashanam Pragad Yatra Deva Vratopatat. Sutta Uvacha. Sutta Goswami said, Iti thus, Bitaha, being afraid of Prajadrohat, because of killing the subject Sarva, all Dharma, acts of religion, Vivitsaya, for understanding Tataha, thereafter Vinashanam, the place where the fight was held. Pragat, he went, Yatra, where Deva Vrataha, Bhishma Dev, Apatat, lay down for passing away. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So the Goswami said, being afraid for having killed so many subjects on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Maharaj Yudhishthira went to the scene of the massacre. Bhishmadev was lying on the bed of arrows, about to pass away. Purport. In the ninth chapter, as it is willed by Lord Sri Krishna, Bhishmadev will impart instructions to King Yudhishthira on the subject of the occupational duties. Vishnudev will also offer his last prayer to the Lord on the verge of the passing away from this material world, from this mortal world, and thus become liberated from the bondage of further material engagements. Bhishmadev was endowed with the power of leaving his material body at will, and his lying down on the bed of arrows was his own choice. This passing away of the great warrior attracted the attention of all the contemporary elites, and all of them assembled there to show their feelings of love, respect, and affection for the great soul. Tadate brata sarve sadsvai swarna bhushitay anvagachan ratair vipra vyasa domyadayastata. Synonyms translation purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Tada. At the time, they all of them, Bhratara, the brothers, serve all together. Satta Aswaihi, drawn by first class horses, Swarna, gold, Bhushitai, being decorated with Anvagachan, followed one after another. Ratahi on the chariot, Vipraha, O Brahmanas, Vyasa, the sage Vyasa, Dhaumya, Adhyaha, and others Tata also. At that time, all his brothers followed him on beautiful chariots drawn by the first-class horses, decorated with gold ornaments. With them were Vyasa and rishis like Dhaumya, learned priest of the Pandavas and others. Bhagavan api vibrache ratina sadananjaya. Sorry. Satair vyarochata nipraham ko kuvera yiva guhyakaihe. Bhagavan, the personality of God, is Sri Krishna, Api also Viprasvrishi, or sage among the Brahmanas, Rathin on the chariot, Sa Dhananjaya, with Dhananjaya, Arjuna, saw he, Taihi by them, Vya Rochata, appeared to be highly aristocratic. Nripaha, the king, Yudhishthira, Kuver, the treasurer of the demigods, even as Guhyaka, companions known as Guhyakas. Translation purpose. O sage amongst the Brahmanas, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead also followed, seated on a chariot with Arjuna. The king Yudhishthira appeared very aristocratic, like Kuvera, surrounded by his companions, the Guhyakas. O sage amongst the Brahmanas, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead also followed, seated on the chariot with Arjuna. Thus, King Yudhishthira appeared very aristocratic, like Kubera surrounded by his companions Gohyakas. This is all for Bhishma Deva Krishna is doing. Lord Sri Krishna wanted the Pandavas to be present before Bhishma Deva in the most aristocratic order of the, so that he might be pleased to see them happy at the time of his death. Kubera is the richest of all the demigods, and herein King Yudhishthira appeared like him Kubera. For the procession along with Sri Krishna was quite appropriate to the royalty of King Yudhishthira. दृष्ट्वा निपतितं भूमौ धियश्च्युतं दिवामरं प्राणिमुः पाण्डवभीष्मं सानुगः सहचक्रिणाम्. Drishtva, the seeing, Nipatitam, lying down, Bhuma on the ground, Divaha, from the sky, Chutham, fallen, Eva like Amaram, demigod, Preme, Muhu, bowed down, Pandavaha, the sons of Pandu, Bhishmam, unto Bhishma, Sa Anugaha, with the angry brothers, Saha also with the Chakrina, the Lord, carrying the disc. Seeing him, Bhishma lying on the ground, like a demigod fallen from the sky, the Pandava king Yudhishthira, along with his younger brothers and Lord Krishna, bowed down before him. Krishna was bowed down. Lord Krishna was also a younger cousin of Maharaj Yudhishthira, as well as the intimate friend of Arjuna. But all the family members of the Pandavas knew Lord Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. The Lord, although conscious of his supreme position, always behaved in a humanly custom, and so he also bowed down before the dying Bhishma there, as if he were one of the younger brothers of the king Yudhishthira. Oh. Bowing down is not difficult for Krishna. See, he is supreme. One should cultivate this. Krishna shows example. Tatra brahmarshayas sarve devarshayascha sattama rajarshayas tatra san drashtum bharata pungavam. Tatra there Brahma Rishaya, rishis among the Brahmanas, survey all, Deva Rishya, rishis among the demigods, Cha and Sattama, situated in the quality of the goodness, Prisha Rishi, Raja Rishya, Rishi among the kings, Cha and Tatra in that place, Asham were present, Drastum just to see Bharata, the descendant of King Bharata, Pungavan, the chief of. Just to just to see the chief of the descendants of the king Bharata Bhishma, all the great souls in the universe, namely the rishis amongst the demigods, brahmanas and kings, all situated in the quality of goodness, were assembled there. Purport. The rishis are those who have attained perfection by spiritual achievements. Such spiritual advancement can be earned by all, whether one is a king or a mendicant. Bhishma himself was also one of the Brahma Rishis. Brahma Rishis, yeah? And the chief of the descendants of King Bharata. All Rishis are situated in the quality of goodness. All of them There, all of them assembled there, all hearing the news of the great warrior's impending death. Parvato Narado Daumyo Bhagavan Badarayanah Brihadasvo Bharadvaja Sashiyore Nukasutaha Vasishtayendra Brahmadas Tritograstamado Shitaha Kakshivan Gautamo Trischa Kaushiko Sudarshanaha Parvataha Parvatamuni Naradaha Naradamuni Dhaumyaha Dhaumya Bhagavan incarnation of Godhead Badarayana Vyasadeva Brihat Brihadasvaha Brihadasva Bharadwaj Bharadwaja Shashishyaha along with the disciples Renuka Sutaha Parshura Vishishta Indra Pramada Tritaha Trita Grastamada Ashitaha Ashita Kakshivan Gautama Atri Cha and Kaushika Ata as well as Sudarshana. All the sages like Parvata Muni, Narada, Dhaumya, Vyasa, the incarnation of God, Brihadashva, Bharadwaja, and Parshuram and disciples, Vashishta, Indra Pramada, Trita, Grasamada, Ashita, Kakshivan, Gautama, Atri, Kaushika, and Sudarshana were present. Parvata Muni is considered one of the oldest sages. He is almost always a constant companion of Narada Muni. Yeah, we have heard him in the other story that Mrigari story is also Parvat Muni is there. There are also spacemen competing to travel in the air without the help of any material vehicle. Parvat Muni is also a Devarishi, a great sage among the demigods, like Narada. He was present along with Narada at the sacrificial ceremony of the Maharaj Janmeji, son of Maharaj Parikshit. In this sacrifice, all the snakes of the world were to be killed. Bharata Muni and Narada Muni are called Gandharvas. Also because they can travel in the air singing the glories of the Lord. Oh, they sing the glories of the... That's why they're called Gandharvas. Not that they have a beautiful voice, that's not fine. Since they can travel in the air, they observed Draupadi's Swayamvara ceremony. They observed Draupadi's Swayamvara ceremony, selecting for her own husband from the air. Like Narada Muni, Parvat Muni also used to visit the royal assembly in the heaven of King Indra. As a Gandharva, sometimes he visited the royal assembly of Kuvera. One of the important demigods. Both Narada and Parvat were once in trouble with the daughter of Maharaj Srinjaya. What happened? Maharaj Srinjaya got the benediction of a son by Parvat Muni. Once in trouble with the daughter of Maharaj Srinjaya. Got the benediction of a son by Parvat Muni. This I don't know. Later we'll ask. Narada Muni is inevitable associated with the narrations of the Puranas. He is described in the Bhagavatam. In his previous life, he was the son of maidservant, but by good association with pure devotees, he became enlightened in devotional service. In the next life, he became a perfect man, comparable with himself only. No one can compare with Narada Muni. In the Mahabharata, his name is mentioned in many places. He is the principal Devarshi, or the chief sage among the demigods. He is the son and disciple of Brahmaji, and from him the disciplic succession in the line of Brahma has been spread. He initiated Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, and many celebrated devotees of the Lord. He initiated even Vyasadeva, the author of Vedic literatures, and from Vyasadeva, Madhvacharya was initiated, and thus the Madhva Sampradaya, in which the Gaudiya Sampradaya is also included, has spread all over the universe. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu belonged to this Madhva Sampradaya. Therefore, Brahmaji, Narada, Vyasa, down to Madhva, Chaitanya, and the Goswamis all belong to the same line of disciplic succession. Naraji has instructed many kings from time immemorial. In the Bhagavatam, we can see that he instructed Prahlad Maharaj while he was in the womb of his mother. and instructed Vasudeva, father of Krishna, as well as Maharaj Yudhishthira. Jai Narada Muni. Narada Muni Bhajaya Bina Radhikara Manana. Daumya, the great sage who practiced severe penances at Utkochaka Tirtha and was appointed royal priest of the Pandava kings. He acted as a priest in many religious functions of the Pandavas, Samskara, and also each of the Pandavas was attended by him at the betrothal of the Draupadi. He was present even during the exile of the Pandavas, and he used to advise them in the circumstances when they were perplexed. He instructed them how to live incognito for 1 year, and his instructions were strictly followed by the Pandavas during that time. His name is mentioned also when the general funeral ceremony was performed after the Battle of Kurukshetra. In the Anushasana Parva of Mahabharata, he gave religious instructions very elaborately to Maharaj Yudhishthira. He was actually the right type of priest of the householder, for he could guide the Pandavas on the right path of religion. A priest is meant for guiding the householder progressively in the right path of ashrama dharma, or the occupational duty of the particular caste. This is practically no difference between the family priest and the spiritual master. The sages, saints, and brahmanas were especially meant for such functions. Mhm. What is the difference between sage, saint, and brahmanas? Sages, saints, and brahmanas. What is the difference between these three words? To ask, what is the main difference between these three? Badarayanam Vasudeva is known as Krishna, Parasarya, Parasaratmaja, Vedavyasa, etc. He was the son of the Mahamuni Parasara in the womb of Satyavati prior to her betrothal with Maharaj Shantanu, the father of the great general grandfather Bhishmadeva. He is a powerful incarnation of Narayana and he broadcast Vedic wisdom to the world. As such, Vasudeva is offered respects before one chants the Vedic literature, especially the Puranas. Sudhai Goswami was his son, and Vishishlak Vaishampayana were his disciples from different branches of the Vedas. He's the author of the great epic Mahabharata and great transcendental literature Bhagavatam. The Brahma Sutras, the Vedanta Sutras, the Badarayana Sutras were compiled by him. Among sages, he's the most respected author by dint of severe penances. It's not simply beginning, just by birth. So, by example, when he wanted to record the great epic Mahabharata for the welfare of all the people in the age of Kali, he was feeling the necessity of a powerful writer who could take up his dictation. By the order of Brahmaji, Sri Ganeshji took up the charge of noting down the dictation on the condition that Vyasadeva would not stop dictation for a moment. The Mahabharata was thus compiled by the joint endeavor of the Vyasa and Ganesha. By the order of his mother Satyavati, who was later married to Maharaj Shantanu, and by the request of Bhishmadeva, the eldest son of Maharaj Shantanu, by his first wife, the Ganges, he begot three brilliant sons whose names are Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura. The Mahabharata was compiled by Vyasadeva after the battle of Kurukshetra and after the death of all the heroes of Mahabharata. It was first spoken in the royal assembly of Maharaj Janmejaya, the son of Maharaj Parikshit. Oh, Brihadashva, an ancient sage who used to meet Maharaj Yudhishthira now and then. First of all, he met Maharaj Yudhishthira at Kamyavana. The sage narrated the history of Maharaj Nala. There is another Brihadasva who is the son of Ikshvaku dynasty, Mahabharata Vanaparva. Brihadwaja is one of the seven great rishis. Bharadwaja, not Brihadwaja, Bharadwaja. Bharadwaja Muni, they say, right? He's one of the seven great rishis and was present at the time of the birth ceremony of Arjuna. Bharadwaja Muni. The powerful rishi sometimes undertook severe penances on the shore of the Ganges, and his ashram is still celebrated Pragdhama. It is learned that this rishi, while taking bath in the Ganges, happened to meet Grihataji, one of the beautiful society girls of the heaven, and thus he discharged semen, which was kept and preserved in an earthen pot, and from which Drona was born. So Dronacharya is the son of Brihad. Oh, Bharadwaj Muni's son is Dronacharya. Grathaji and Drona, because of Drona, Bharadwaj Muni का बेटा है द्रोणाचार्य. Sure. So Dronacharya is the son of the Bharadwaj Muni. Others say that Bharadwaj, the father of Drona, is a different person from Maharshi Bharadwaj. He was a great devotee of Brahma. Once he approached Dronacharya and requested him to stop the battle of Kurukshetra. Hmm. Parasura or Renuka Shuta. He is the son of Maharaj Jamadagni, Parasura, Jamadagni and Srimati Renuka. Thus he is also known as Renuka Sutta. He is one of the powerful incarnations of God, and he killed the Kshatriya community as a whole 21 times. With the blood of the Kshatriyas, he pleased the souls of his forefathers. Later on, he went severe penances at the Mahendra Parvata. After taking the whole earth from the Kshatriyas, he gave it in charity to Kasyapa Muni. Parashurama instructed the Dhanurveda, or the science of fighting, to Dronacharya because he happened to be the Brahmana. He was present during the coronation of Maharaj Yudhishthira, and he celebrated the function along with other great rishis. Parashuram is so old that he met both Rama and Krishna at the different times. He fought with Rama, but he accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He also praised Arjuna when he saw him with Krishna. When Bhishma refused to marry Amba, who wanted him to become her husband, Amba met Parashurama, and by her request only, he asked Bhishma Dev to accept her as his wife. Bhishma refused to obey his order, and although he was one of the spiritual masters of Bhishma Dev, Parashuram fought with Bhishma Dev when Bhishma neglected his warning. Both of them fought very severely, and at last Parashuram was pleased with Bhishma and gave him the benediction of greatest fighter in the world. Vasishtha, the great celebrated sage among the Brahmanas, well known as the Brahmarshi Vasishtha Deva. He is a prominent figure in both the Ramayana and Mahabharata periods. He celebrated the coronation ceremony of the personality of God Sri Rama. He was present also on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He could approach all the higher and lower planets, and his name is also connected with the history of Hiranyakashipu. There was a great tension between him and Vishwamitra, who wanted his Kamadhenu, wish-fulfilling cow. Vasishtha Muni refused to spare his Kamadhenu, and for this, Vishwamitra killed his 100 sons. As a perfect Brahmana, he tolerated all the taunts of Vishwamitra. Once he tried to commit suicide on account of Vishwamitra's torture, but all his attempts were unsuccessful. What? He tried to commit suicide. All his attempts were unsuccessful. He jumped from a hill, but the stones on which he fell became a stack of cotton, and thus he was saved. He jumped into the ocean, but the waves washed him ashore. He jumped into the river, but the river also washed him ashore. Thus all his suicide attempts were unsuccessful. He is also one of the 7 rishis and husband of Arundhati, the famous star. Oh, Arundhati Nakshatra antaru kada. Indra Pramada. Another celebrated rishi, Trita. One of the 3 sons of Prajapati Gautama. Gautama also Prajapati, huh? Okay. He was the 3rd son, and his other 2 brothers were known as Ekat and Dvita. Ekat, Dvita. 3rd son, Trita. Oh, Ekat, Dvita, 3. 1, 2, 3 is kind of like that. Ekat with Trita. Okay. Ekat and Dvita, all the brothers were great sages and strict followers of the principles of religion. By the need of the severe penances, they were promoted to Brahmaloka, the planet where Brahmaji lives. Once Tritamuni fell into a well, he was an organizing worker of many sacrifices and was, as one of the great sages, he also came to show respect to Bhishmaji at his deathbed. He was one of the 7 sages in the Varuna Loka. He hailed from the western countries of the world. As such, most probably he belonged to the European countries. At that time, the whole world was under one Vedic culture. Trita, okay. Grastamada, one of the sages of the heavenly kingdom, he was close friend of Indra. Grastamada. the king of heaven, and was as great as Brihaspati. He used to visit the royal assembly of Maharaja Yudhishthira. He also visited the place where Bhishmadev breathed his last. Sometimes he explained the glories of Lord Shiva before Maharaja Yudhishthira. He was the son of Vitahagya and he resembled in features the body of Indra. Sometimes the enemies of Indra mistook him to be Indra. Oh, so he's famous, huh? Sorry. Oh, Krishna. किधर गया अभी? It went very long. Okay. Seventh chapter. I'm in the 9th chapter. I went to 7th chapter. Let's see, I can reach it or not. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, stop, brother. Hare Krishna. Okay, I think that's it for today. I'll be reciting some of the slokas. Yes, my Shiksha has suggested that I should recite. Let's see if I Gaurnita, yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Where is my book? 1 second. Bhagavatam, I'm reciting some of the verses. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadyasya yathunvaya tarataschatteshu abhisvarat. Tene brahma hridaya tavaye muhyanti yat surayah. Tejo vari mridham yata vinimayo yatta trisargam risha. Dhamna swena Satyam Param Dhimahi Dharma Projitakaita Patra Paramo Nirmasaranam Sadam Vidyam Vastamamatra Vastu Shivadam Tapatrim Moolanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimma Paririshvaraha Sadhyo Hidaya Virudyate Atra Kritte Vishushrubitakshanam Nigamakalpataruгalitam Phalam Sutamugadam Rudadava Samyutam Vivada Bhagavatam Rasamanayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvibhavukam Prayenalpayushah Sabya Kalavasmin Yuge Janaha Mandaha Sumandamatayo Mandabhagyahi Upakrataha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Munaya Sadhu Prishtoham Bhavabdilloka Mangalam Yatkritah Krishna Samprasno Yenatma Suprasidati Sabai Pumshambaro Dharmo Yito Bhakti Adokshasi Ahetuke Apratihta Yatma Suprasidati Vasudeve Bhagavate Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janatyasu Vairagyam Jnanam Jayadahetukam Dharmasvanusistah Pamsham Vispakshena Kata Shriyah Notpadiyadiratim Stamayevahi Kevalam Vadandi tattvavidastatvam yajnanamabhyayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdati atah pambirvidashreshta varnasramavivagasha svanusastasya dharmasya samshuddhi haritoshanam tasmadekena manasa bhagavan sattvatam patihi srotabhyah kirtitavyascha deyascha pujyascha nityadam yat anudhyasena yuktaha karmagrandhi nibandanam chindanti kovidastasya konakulya kataratihi Kataratim Sushushoshadhanasya Vasudeva Kata Ruchihi Syanmahatsevaya Vipraha Punyatita Nishevanan Srinvataswakatah Krishna Vanyashramana Kirtana Hridayantah Stohi Abhadrani Vidunoti Suhrutsatam Nashtaprayasha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloki Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Tadarajastamo Bhava कामलोपादयश्च ये चेतयेतेरणाविद्यं स्थितं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति एवं प्रसन्नमनसो भगवद्भक्तियोगतः भगवत्तत्त्वविज्ञानं मुक्तसङ्गस्य ध्यायते विद्यते हृदयग्रन्थिश्चिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयः क्षीयन्ते तस्य कर्माणि दृष्ट एवात्मनीश्वरे एतेषां सकलः पुंसः कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयम् इन्द्रियाणि व्याकुलं लोकं हृदयन्ति युगे युगे कृष्णे स्वधामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिस्सह कलौ नष्टदृशं येष पुराणार्को दिनोदितः न यद्वचश्चित्रपदं हरेर्यशो जगत्पवित्रं प्रगृणीत करेचित् तद्वायसं कीर्तपुष्णति मानसान् न यत्र हंसार्निर्मति उत्सक्षयः तद्वाग्विसर्गो जनथागविप्लवो यस्मिन् प्रतिश्लोकमबद्धवति अपि नामामि अनन्तस्य शोङ्कितानि यत् शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति गृह्णन्ति साधवः त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मं चरणं भुजं हरेर्भजन्न पक्वोदपतो यतो यदि यत्राक्वाभद्रभूतमुस्य किं को वार्त्वाप्तभजतां स्वधर्मतः तस्यैव हेतुप्रयते तु कोविदो न लभ्यते यद्भ्रमताम् उपरि यतः तल्लभ्यते दुःखवदन्यतः सुखं कालेन सर्वत्र कबीररंहसाम् इदं हि पुंसस्तपसस्वतस्य वा सिक्तस्य सुप्तस्य बुद्धिदत्तयो अविच्यतो ततः कविभिः निरूपितो यदुत्तमश्लोकगुणानुवाद वर्णनं कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रये विपदः सन्तुतः शश्वत् तत्र तत्र जगद्गुरो भवतो दर्शनं यत् स्यात् अपुनर्भवदर्शनम् तुलयामालवेनापि न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं भगवत्सङ्गिसङ्गस्य मर्त्यानं किमुताशिषः श्रोतव्यादीनि राजेन्द्र नृणं शान्ति सहस्रशः अपश्यतम् आत्मतत्त्वं गृहेषु गृहमीदिनं निद्रया ह्रियते नक्तं यवायेन च वा प्रियः दिवाचार्ते हया राजन् कुटुम्बवर्णेन वा देहापत्यकलात्रीषु आत्मसेनिश्वसस्वपि तेषां प्रमत्तनिधनं पश्यन्नपि न पश्यति तस्माद् भारत सर्वात्मा भगवान् ईश्वरो हरिः श्रोतव्यः कीर्तितव्यः स्मर्तव्यश्चेत् तथाभ्यम् एतावान् साङ्ख्ययोगाभ्यं स्वधर्मपरिनिष्ठया जन्मलाभपरः पुंसम् अन्ते नारायणस्मृतिः अकामः सर्वकामो वा मोक्षकामौ दारति तीव्रेण भक्तियोगेन यजितः पुरुषं परम् आयुर्हरिति वै पुंसम् उद्यन्नस्तं च यन्नशो तस्यार्थे यत् शृणोनीता उत्तमश्लोकवार्तयां तरवः किं न जीवन्ति भ्रस्तः किं स्वसन्ति युतां न खादन्ति न मेहन्ति किं ग्रामे पशवोपरि अहोबकीयं स्तनकालकूटं जिघ्रांसयापयादपि असाध्वी देवे गतिं दात्री उचितं ततोऽन्यं कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम तस्यारविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्द किञ्जल्कमिश्र तुलसी मकरन्दवायुः अन्तर्गतः स्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभमक्षरजुषामपि चित्ततन्वो प्रसङ्गमचरं भाषं नत्मनः कवयो विदुः स एव साधु सुकृतो मोक्षद्वारम् अपावृतं तितिक्षवः कारुणिकः सुहृदां सर्वदेहिनां जातशत्रवः शान्तः साधवः साधुभूषणं सतां प्रसङ्गं मम वीर्यसंविदो भवन्ति हृत्कर्णरसायनः ततः तज्जोषणान्तस्वपवर्गवर्त्मनि शुद्धार्थी भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति मद्भयाद्वादिवातोऽयं सूर्यस्तपति मद्भयाद् वर्षातीन्द्रो दहति अग्निः मृत्युश्चरति मद्भयात् अहो भक्तो अहो बता स्वपचोदगरीयान् यः जिह्वाग्विवर्तते नाम तुभ्यं ते तुस्तपश्च जुहुवश्वश्नुरार्य ब्रह्मानुचरनाम गृह्णन्ति ये ते यथा तरोर्मूलनिषेचनेन तृप्यन्ति तस्कन्दभुजोपशाखः नापहारश्च यतेन्द्रियाणां तथैव सर्वार्हमच्युतीर्यं नायं देवदेवजाम्यलोके कृष्णान् कामान् वर्धति विद्भुजं ये तदीयं भक्तकायेन सप्तं शुद्ध्येद्यस्मात् ब्रह्मसौख्यं त्रिवनन्तं नूनं प्रमत्तकुरुते विकर्मो यदिन्द्रियप्रीत्या प्रणोति न साधु मन्येतोत्मनोऽयं वसन्नपि क्लेशदाशदेहः वंशः स्त्रियमेतुनिभावमेवं तयोर्गृणितो हृदे ग्रन्थिमाहु अतो गृहक्षेत्रस्ताप्तपित्युर्जनस्य मोहोऽयमहं वनेति गुरुर्न सस्या स्वजनो न सस्या पिता न सस्या जननी न सस्या दैवं च तथ्यं स्यान्नपतिश्च सस्या नमो च यः समुपेत मृत्युं देस्यात्मभक्तिर्भगवति अकिञ्चनो सर्वे गुणैस्तत्र समाश्रिते सुरः हरौ अभक्तस्य कुतो महद्गुणा मनोरथेनान सिद्धावतो बहिः केचित् केवलया भक्तवासुदेवपरायणः प्रायणाः अगः दुन्वन्ति कार्ष्णेय निहारम् इव भास्करः साङ्केत्यं वा निहासं वा स्तोमं हिरणमेव वा वैकुण्ठनामगृह्णम् अशेषागहरं विदुः स्वयम्भू नारद शम्भुः कुमारः कपिलो मनुः प्रह्लादो जनको भीष्मो बलिर्वैयासखीर्वयम् अहं हरे तव पदायकमूला दासानुदासो बबितास्मि भूयः मनः स्मरताशुपतेर्गुणं से गृणीतवक्कर्म करोतुकायः न नाकपृष्ठं न च पारमेष्टं न सार्वभौमं न रसाधिपत्यं न योगसिद्धिरपुनर्भवं वा समञ्जसं त्वा विरहय्यकाङ्क्षे अजातकवक्षुम् इव मातरं खगा स्तन्यं यत वत्सरः क्षुद्आर्तः प्रियं प्रियेव विशुतं विसन्ना मनोरविन्दाक्षदृक्षत्वम् यति त्वं ममत्तमश्लोकजनेषु शक्यं संसारचक्रे प्रणमतस्वकर्मभिः त्वं माययात्मधारगह्येषु असक्तचित्तस्य न नाथ भूयात् मुक्तानामपि सिद्धानां नारायणपरायणः सुदुर्लभः प्रसन्नात्मा कोटिष्वपि महामुने नारायण परः सर्वे न कुतश्चन विद्यते स्वर्गापवर्गनरकेषु अपि तुल्यार्थं दर्शिनः तत्साधु मन्यसुरवर्यमूदेहिनां सदा समुद्विग्नधियां सद्गृहात् यत्त्वात्मपातं गृहमन्दपूपं वनं गतो यद्दरिमाश्रयेत श्रवणं कीर्तनं विष्णु स्मरणं पादसेवनम् अर्चनं वन्दनं दास्यं साख्यम् आत्मनिवेदनम् इति पुंसार्पितं विष्णु भक्तिश्चेनवलक्षणा क्रियेत भगवति यदा तन्मन्येदितमुत्तमम् मतिर्न कृष्णपरतस्वतो वा मिथो बिभद्येत गृहव्रतानां मदात गोपीर्वशतं तमिष्णं पुनः पुनश्चर्वितचर्वणानां न ते विदुस्वार्थगतिं हि विष्णु दुराशया हि बहिरुत्तमानिनः अन्धायतान् विरूपणीयमाना तीवीषु तन्त्रं मुरुधां निबद्धः कौमार आचरेत् प्राज्ञो धर्मान् भागवतं यः दुर्लभं मधुर्मानुषं जन्म तदपि अदुर्वम् अर्थदम् एवं जनं निपतितं प्रभवापि कूपे कामाभिकामम् अनुयः प्रपन्तं प्रसङ्गात् कृत्वात्मसत्सुरासुरे भगवान् गृहीतः सोऽहं कथं नु विश्वेजे तव भृत्यसेवम् नैवोद्विजे परद्वृत्तियो वैतरण्य त्वाद्वीर्यगाय नमहामृतमग्नचित्तः सोचेततो विमुखचेतसीन्द्रियार्थ माया सुखाय भरम् उद्वतो विमूढान् एवं व्यवसितो बुद्ध्या समाधाय मनोहृदि जजाप परमं जाप्यं प्राग्जन्मनि अनुशिक्षितं स वै मनः कृष्णपदारविन्दयो वाचांसि वैकुण्ठगुणानुवर्णने करौ हरेर्मन्दिरमार्जुनादिषु श्रुतिं चकारच्युतसद्गतोदये मुकुन्दलिङ्गालय दर्शने दृशो तद्वृत्य गात्रस्पृशयङ्गसङ्गमं गृणां च तत्पादसरोजसौरभे श्रीमत् तुलस्य रसनं तदर्पिते पादः हरे क्षेत्रपदानुसर्पणे पादौ हरे क्षेत्रपदानुसर्पणे शिरो ऋषिकेशपदाभिवन्दने कां च दस्ये न तु कामकाम्यया कामं च दस्ये न तु काम्यकाम्यया यदुत्तमश्लोकजनाश्रया रतिः अहं भक्त्या पराधीनो हि अस्वतन्त्र इव द्विज साधुभिर्ग्रस्तहृदयो भक्तजनप्रियः साधो हृदयं मह्यं साधूनां हृदयं तहं मदन्या तेन जानन्ति नाहं तेभ्यो मनागपि न तु कामः कामानां न जातु कामः कामानाम् उपयोगेन साम्यति अपि स कृष्णवत्मेव भूय एवाभिवर्धते मात्रा स्वास्त्रा दुहित्रा वा नैव विविक्षतासनो भवेत् बलवानिन्द्रियग्रामो विद्वांसम् अपि कर्षति निवृत्तिदर्शैरुपगीयमाना भवौषधश्चोत्र मनोभिरामात् उत्तमश्लोकगुणानुवादात् पुमान् विरजेन विनप्रसुग्ना येन्यरविन्दाक्ष विमुक्तमानिन त्वय्यस्तभावाद्विशुद्धबुद्धयः आरुह्य कृच्छ्रेण परं पदं ततः पतन्ततो नादृतौष्मदन् गृह ज्ञाने प्रयासमुदपस्य रमन्ति एव ज्ञाने प्रयासमुदपस्य नमन्त एव जीवन्ति सन्मुखारितं भवदीयवार्ताम् स्थाने स्थितश्रुतिगतां तनुवान् मनोभिः ये प्रयासो जितजितोऽपि यसि त्रैस्त्रिलोक्यम् तत्तेनुकम्पं सुशमीक्षमाणो मुञ्जानेवात्मकृतपाकम् विद्वाग्वपूभिर्विदतं नमस्ते जीविते यो मुक्तपदे सदा धाय भा अथापि ते देवपदं भुजद्वया प्रसादलेशे लेशानुगृहीत एव हि जानाति तत्त्वं भगवन्महिम्नो न चान्ये कोऽपि चिरं विचिन्वान् समाश्रिता ये पदपल्लवप्लवं महत्पदं पुण्ययशो मुरारि बबाम्बुदीवत्सपदं परं पदं 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 यद् विपदं नष्टेशं तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति भूरिदा जना यस्यात्मभक्तिर्भगवती यस्यात्मबुद्धिः स्वदिः कलात्रादिषु दभौमयुज्यते यत्तीर्थबुद्धिः सलिलेन कर्यचे जनेषु विघ्नेषु सैव गोकरः दुर्लभो मानुषदेहो दीनां क्षरमङ्गुरः तत्रापि दुर्लभं मन्ये वैकुण्ठप्रियदर्शनम् ईश्वरे तदधीनेषु बालिशेषु दिशस्सु च प्रेममैत्री कृपोपेक्षा यः करोति समध्यमः अर्चायं येव हरे पूजां यः श्रद्धया ये हते न तद्भक्तेषु चान्येषु सभक्तः प्रोक्तः स्मृतः तस्मात् गुरुं प्रपद्येत जिज्ञासु श्रेयोत्तमं शाब्दे परे च निष्णातं ब्रह्म उपशमां श्रियम् कृष्णवर्णं तुषाकृष्णं साङ्गोपाशाङ्गशवर्षदं यज्ञैः सङ्कीर्तनप्राये यजन्तीः सुमेधसः तत्तास्वदश्चदसुरेप्सितराज्यलक्ष्मीं धर्मिष्ठारिवचसां यदगादरण्यं मायान्द्रिकं दैत्यतीप्सितं वदावो वन्दे महापुरुषते चरणारविन्दम् देवर्षिभूताप्तमृणं रुद्रीणं न किङ्करोणीं वृणी च राजन् सर्वात्मनि यः शरणं शरण्यं गतो मुकुन्दं परिहृत्य कर्तम् आचार्यं मां विजानीयं नवमन्येत कर्ह्यचि नमत्यबुद्ध्यश्रूयेत सर्वदेवमयो गुरुः विदेहमाद्यं सुलभं सुदुर्लभं प्लवं सुकल्पं गुरुकर्णधारम् अनुकूलेन निपश्वतीरितं पुमान् भवाब्धिं न तरेत् सात्मः नायं जनो मे सुखदुःखहेतु न देवतात्मा गृहकर्मकालः मनः स्मरता सुकृते गुणं मनः परं कारणममनन्ति संसारचक्रं परिवर्तयेत्य एतां स आस्थाय परात्मनिष्ठाम् आद्याश्रितं पूर्वमतिर्महर्षिभिः अहं तरिष्यामि दुरन्तपारं तमो मुकुन्दाङ्गिरि निषेवदेव ततश्चानुदिनं धर्मः सत्यं सौचं क्षमादय कालेन बलिना राजन् क्षयति आयुर्बलं स्मृतिः कलेर्दोषे निधे राजन् नस्तिन्ये कुमहाङ्गनः कीर्तनादेव कृष्णस्य मुक्तसङ्गपरं व्रजेत् विधेयध्यायतो विष्णुं त्रेतायं यदतो महे द्वापरे परिचर्यायं कलौ तद्धरीर्तनात् यं ब्रह्मवरुणीन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गवदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगां ज्ञानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यशानं न विदुःसुरासुर गणदेवाय देवाय तस्मै नमः निम्नज्ञानं यथा गङ्गदेवानां मच्युतो यथा वैष्णवानां यथा शम्भु पुराणं युतं तथा नाम संकीर्तनं यस्य सर्वपापप्रणाशनं प्रणामो दुःखशमनः तन्नमामि हरिं परम् ॐ तत्सदिति थैंक यू सो मच फॉर joining हरे कृष्ण